Why this anomaly? As per Section 56, a pagary tenant has been given the right to take a monetary consideration to relinquish his tenancy by way of selling to another buyer or by way of surrender to the landlord, in case of his bona fide requirement. This implies that the court cannot order pagary tenants to give free possession without compensation. In fact, the court should order all landlords to pay market value compensation in case of their personal requirement, plus relocation expenses, and so on. Here's a pointwise breakdown from the tenant's perspective regarding the anomaly. 1. Right to sell or surrender with compensation. From the tenant's view, as per Section 56, a pagary tenant has the clear right to receive monetary compensation when relinquishing tenancy, either by selling the tenancy to another buyer or surrendering it to the landlord. The anomaly here is that courts sometimes order tenants to vacate the property with minimal or non-market-based compensation, which contradicts the tenant's right to fair monetary compensation. 2. No free possession. From the tenant's view, pagary tenants should not be forced to vacate without adequate compensation. Courts should never allow landlords to recover possession without paying the tenant a fair amount based on market value. The anomaly is that in some cases, tenants are ordered to vacate with compensation that doesn't reflect market value or the true worth of the tenancy, which can feel like losing the tenancy for free. 3. Fair market value compensation. From the tenant's view, compensation provided when vacating should reflect the current market value of the property or tenancy rights, especially when landlords need the property for personal use. This is crucial, as tenants have invested in the property for long durations under the pagary system. The anomaly here is that courts may not always recognize the market value of the tenancy, and the compensation awarded may fall short of tenant expectations or the actual market situation. Bona fide. Requirement of landlord should include compensation. Even if a landlord has a bona fide requirement, tenants should receive proper compensation based on market value, including relocation costs, as vacating a property affects their livelihood and stability. Some court rulings favor the landlord's personal need without ensuring that tenants are compensated fairly for the disruption and financial loss they incur. Need for uniformity in rulings. There should be uniformity in court rulings regarding compensation for tenants, ensuring all landlords pay fair market value when tenants are asked to vacate. This would provide consistent protection for all pagary tenants. Courts may vary in their decisions, sometimes favoring landlords with minimal compensation to tenants, leading to inconsistent protection under the same law. Relocation expenses. Tenants should not only be compensated for the tenancy, but should also be provided relocation expenses to cover the cost of moving and settling in a new place, especially if the landlord's personal requirement forces them to leave. Many court rulings overlook the impact of relocation expenses, which puts additional financial burden on the tenants beyond losing their tenancy. In summary, from the tenant's perspective, the law should ensure fair compensation, market value recognition, and relocation support whenever a pagary tenant is asked to vacate, but current court practices often fall short of these expectations.